Hey, it's Frank from 4D Honeybee, and I'm going to do an inspection on my number 3 hive because it was doing great, and then I came and checked it out a week ago and it had swarmed. I found a virgin queen in there running around, piping and dancing around like a virgin. I'm not sure if she was dancing to like a virgin, but she was dancing like a virgin. Anyway, so I'm going to see if I can go in again, find her and mark her because I like my queens to be marked, and it's been a week since I saw her. She's probably been around for a few days already, so there's a good chance that she's had her mating flight and she might be mated now. So generally, if I'm feeling good about it, I'll grab her and mark her. If I'm not feeling good about it, if she's a little too squirmish, which a lot of time virgin queens are or new queens are, I'll just let her do her thing at 4D Honeybee. So I'm also going to spend just a little bit of time in the top of this box because I hadn't last time, and I remember one time I spent basically an entire summer ignoring the top box when I had an excluder on and the queen was in the bottom. And when I finally looked in the top box, there was a second queen up there. So once in a while you got to look everywhere at everything. And again, you see I've got my queen capture and marking stuff ready there in case it does happen. I've also got my smoker on stand. I should bring it closer. These bees were really well behaved last time, as really, fortunately, all my bees have been so far. Okay, so top box. Again, this hive has dwindled. I don't think they've dwindled enough for me to worry about getting rid of this top box and bringing them down just into one box. Oh shoot, I remember I was supposed to bring a drill for this top box because the drones were stuck up here. Gotta remember that for next time. But I'm going to take a quick look in here just to see what's going on. Just because. So I just want to make sure that nothing strange is happening up in this top box. They should just be filling it with honey. I brought a couple of brood frames up here like I usually do. But then they should be long gone, hatched out. They should be backfilling them. Oh my goodness, this is heavy with honey. Yep. Capped already, look at that. Capped honey. Well, I would love to take 50 pounds this year of honey. It's been 3 years. This might be my 4th summer, I think, where I haven't had any honey. Wow, this is heavy. Look at that. Not even capped yet, but absolutely jam-packed with honey. Wow. Same with this side. All right. Yeah, so I want to have some honey for myself. I want to give some honey to the property owners as well, my friends and family. I really don't consume that much of it, but I love the stuff. Which is funny because I didn't even like honey until I started beekeeping. Heavy. Nice frames. There's another frame. Now this is the frame I like to take, and I'll show you why. It's because of how wide they've drawn it out. Look at how wide this frame is on one side. Look. See how wide it is on this side? Just holds more honey, and it's easier to uncap, and it's easier to get the honey out. This side's still pretty flat, but anyway, okay, that's all I wanted to see. I wanted to see I got 1, 2, 3, 4 frames of honey up here. That's pretty good. It's early July. It's July 6th. So again, this hive has slowed down a bit because it swarmed. I think it swarmed. It might not have, but the queen definitely was replaced. And this hive really was all about just building resources to increase my bee population. And it's done that so far. But we've got to make sure we got a good healthy queen in here and that she's mated and making babies. Okay, let's see what we got. So peak activity probably around here. Always like to note that. Peak activity around here. Let's get some smoke on these guys. It's a gorgeous day. It's 30, 31, 32 degrees Celsius, which is 90 Fahrenheit. And again, that's about as hot as it gets on our hot days. I mean, we might get 33. We already had a 34 day, so that was mid-90s. But that's unusual. This is plenty hot for South Central Ontario. Okay, so there's a lot of activity right around here. See that? A lot of empty frames too, so I can get to work pretty quickly here. And again, my mission is to see what this queen is doing. Now I'll start looking at the frames, although I think the queen's right over here. Just drawing this out absolutely perfectly. And I think animals always know this. And I think that affects their behavior. So these guys would not be happy about getting messed with right now. Wow, what a gorgeous frame. Just drawing it out perfectly and ready to have some queen laying it. This is a wax frame, I should mark it. Lots of drones in this hive. Doesn't look like there's any eggs in here yet. We're getting to where I expect to find the queen. She might be on this frame. There she is, right there. We're heading towards the top. Yeah, good call, and she is much bigger, that's for sure. See her right here? There she is. Okay, so there's the queen. I'm gonna get her up against the top now. Thorax in a good spot where I can mark her. Okay, easy, not so much. That's a good spot right there. Test it. Yeah. Moving around a little bit. Okay, that's enough. Take the pressure off. I'm just gonna let her dry off a little bit before I put her in. Dry a little bit. I'm just gonna look through a couple more frames and see if I can see if she's laying. She's definitely a lot fatter than she was a week ago, so that's a really good sign. Still doesn't mean she's laying. She just needs a couple weeks now just to do her thing. This is the frame that she was on, so I'm gonna have a close look at this for eggs. Okay, I do see eggs. Just a few, and they're scattered around, but they're there. Let's look at the next frame over and see what we got there while Queenie dries off there. Mostly I'm seeing nectar here. I don't see any eggs there. But they're making space for her to lay, so she's going to be ready to go. She already is ready to go. All right, that's enough. I'm going to get this queen back in here. Just where I thought she would be, eh? Right around here on the frame that I thought. I think that's all part of becoming a better beekeeper. Starting to expect to know where the queen is. Doesn't always work out that way. You don't always find her like that. But when it does, it's nice. This queen is very nicely marked. Didn't get any on her eyes, which is nice. Now I'm gonna let her go. Come on, queen. You can go now. Drone is what that is. There she is. Okay. Thank goodness. She is in the box. Okay. Let's get you back in the box yet again. And pretend this never happened. Okay, so lesson learned on that one. I'm going to do a whole series on queen rearing and queen marking because it's tricky. And there's an example where I knew with a young queen, I even said it, I think, there's a risk she might fly away. And that's why I don't like marking them young, but she looked pretty fat. She looked like she was mated and laying. So the first part of it went fine, but when I went to return her, instead of walking out, it looked like one of her legs was a little trapped on the sponge, right? And that's why she didn't come out right away. And so it took a few seconds. I think finally when she got that leg released, she flew out of the cage instead of walking. Normally they walk out. But again, virgin queens or young queens, recently virgin queens, still have the ability to fly quite nicely despite the fact that I'm getting fat. Luckily, she just flew a few frames over, flew out of my visual range and out of the camera range, but then I lifted that frame and there she was. So we've got a marked queen in there now. Hopefully she's laying, and some lessons learned at 4D Honeybee.